同學，今次我們將會學習 organizing a one-minute answer true concept. Organizing a one-minute answer true. Planning the opening and closing. In the one-minute answer, have a clear opening which introduces the main point. Remember to leave a few seconds at the end for an appropriate closing to highlight your main points. For example, why do you think freedom of speech is important to the media in Hong Kong? I must say it is a complicated question. On the one hand, freedom of speech is a basic right that everyone should have, including all forms of media. On the other hand, we should make sure the media don't overuse this right and cause harm to other people's privacy. Therefore, the government should protect the freedom of speech of the media, as well as guarding against the infringement of privacy. Here's some remarkable answers by quoting some shocking news. 引述一些令人震驚的消息。Believe it or not. You may not believe it, but it may sound strange, but interestingly, oddly enough. Task 1. Supply an answer for candidate A. Let's move on to part B. Candidate A, you have up to 1 minute to answer the following question. Do you know anyone who is a hidden youth? 你準備好1分鐘發言。Suggested answer. Candidate A. Personally, I don't know anyone who is a hidden youth, but I've read a lot about people who are, and I've seen programs on TV about them. Most of these hidden youths are in their teens or 20s, but some are as young as 10 or 11 years old. It seems that a lot of these people have very low self-esteem and feel that they are a failure at everything they do. They usually do quite poorly at school and have very few or even no friends at all. They don't know how to communicate with people, not just with friends, but also with their own family members. I've also learned that the withdrawal usually happens quite gradually. For example, first they become very quiet and stop going to school. Then they stop going out at all and avoid talking to family members. Eventually, they end up sleeping during the day and then doing other things on their own at night, like reading, surfing the net, and watching TV. Believe it or not, they may be a great burden to society. 引述了一些令人震驚的消息。Use stress and intonation to enhance the message. For example, but some are as young as 10 or 11 years old. Elaborate or justify the standpoints. I've also learned that the withdrawal usually happens quite gradually. For example, first they become very quiet and stop going to school. Then they stop going out at all and avoid talking to family members. Task 2. Read the following answers and underline the signpost and the conclusion. Question 1. What skills can students learn from doing part-time jobs that they cannot learn at school? Suggested answer. There are many skills that students can learn from doing part-time jobs that they cannot learn in the classroom. Actually, I had a part-time job last summer, so I have some first-hand experience with this. I think the biggest and most important skill students can gain is social skills. They learn how to deal with different people in different situations. What's more, students can learn how to listen, how to ask questions, and how to ask for help. And then there is time management. I thought it would be easier to set my own schedule, but it wasn't easy at all. I find it difficult to focus on a job without a set guideline from my teachers or parents. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. I miss their guidelines. My part-time job experience has taught me that there are many things outside of school that are just as important as academic scores. Using a first-hand personal example is an easy way to get started with an answer. Signposts. What's more? Conclusion. My part-time job experience has taught me that there are many things outside of school that are just as important as academic scores. Question 2. What are the early signs of becoming a hidden youth? I think one of the early signs is when someone suddenly stops going to school and stays at home all day instead, maybe sleeping, watching TV or surfing the net. If they have a room of their own, they might stay in their room for the whole day without talking to anyone. Another sign of someone starting to withdraw from society is if they lose interest in their social life, so they stop going out with their friends at all. They won't call their friend or even talk to their friends when they phone them. In fact, I think this is linked to another sign of becoming a hidden youth, becoming very quiet. They won't say much, even at home, or they might not even speak a word for hours. Another initial sign is a loss of interest in one's hobbies, especially team activities. For example, someone who used to like to play basketball in the evening with their friends would stop joining in and stay at home instead. Question 3. Have you ever felt like hiding yourself away from the world? Personally, I've never had that feeling before. In fact, even if I have a problem, I don't think I'd try to solve it by hiding away, as I am a very open person. I am sure it didn't only make the situation worse, and it did not only affect me but also my family. Luckily, I have a good friend at school. Whenever I am feeling unhappy about something, I talk to her. Although sometimes she doesn't have any advice for me, talking to her already makes me feel better. At home, I am well supported too. Although both my parents work, they always come home for dinner, which is very important, I think. At dinner time, we talk about what happened during the day. Of course, it doesn't mean that I share all my secrets with them, but at least I know that they love me and care for me. I think this is really important. Many hidden youths don't have that, and in my opinion, that's why they choose to hide away. Question 4. What things do young people do to escape from real life? There are many things young people do nowadays to try to escape from real life. For example, they often immerse themselves in cyberspace, computer games or TV. Many young people say that this is a good way to forget about their troubles, to escape from responsibilities. So they spend hours and hours in front of the computer or TV every day. They can instantly travel far away to another world and leave all their problems behind. Another way that young people escape from real life is by taking drugs. Although escaping from reality may not be their intention when they first take drugs, they gradually rely on the drugs to shut themselves away from the outside world. With time, they become addicted to the habit and then it becomes impossible to stop without help. It's really sad. Another escape mechanism is drink alcohol. As we drop taking, drinking may just start as an experiment with friends, but can also soon become a dangerous habit. Question 5. Do you think the problem of hidden youth is serious in Hong Kong? In my opinion, it's not really that serious yet, at least compared to other countries like Japan. However, that doesn't mean that we should turn a blind eye to the problem. It's actually quite sad to see young people, who are supposed to be energetic and productive, hiding away like this, and we should be worried even one or two people are affected in our society. Also, although I've said that I don't think this problem is that serious in Hong Kong yet, I think everyone should be aware that the problem is on the rise. If people are alert to the problem, hopefully young people can be helped at an early stage before the problem becomes widespread and socially acceptable. If young people themselves are aware of the danger, they too will be in a better position to help themselves if they find they are withdrawing from society. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure, so we must stop the problem from spreading before it's too late. Question 6. Why do you think the number of hidden youth in Hong Kong is increasing? I think one of the reasons is that Hong Kong is becoming an increasingly competitive society, and people face a lot of pressure every day. As school students have lots of homework and tests, and some of them even have to attend tutorial schools after school as well, so they feel they have to keep trying to be the best. After they graduate, they have to compete for jobs, and those who didn't do well at school might even have difficulty finding one. To many, it must seem as if they are competing for something every minute of the day. This is made worse by the fact that more and more young people have both parents going out to work, and therefore their parents have little time to talk to them, with no one to check to about their problems. Young people often feel overwhelmed and don't know how to tackle the difficulties they come across in their everyday lives, so they choose to shut themselves away at home. Question 7. How do you think a family is affected when a family member withdraws from society? I believe that a family is negatively affected in several ways. First of all, it is bound to make the other family members feel very upset and worried. It will cause unhappiness in the family. This will be so serious that it affects the mental and physical health of the other family members. Another effect is that it may affect the economic status of the family. If a family member withdraws from society, then this person probably won't be working and therefore can't contribute to the family financially. In fact, the opposite is true. They'll be relying on the family to support them. I think for poorer families in particular, this could be quite a serious problem, as a family member will be using money without contributing anything. Thirdly, it could set a bad example for younger siblings in the family, seeing that their elder brothers and sisters are hiding away at home all day doing nothing. Younger siblings might think it's a good idea and might decide to do the same. Question 8. How do you think your parents would feel if you hid yourself at home all day? If I hid myself at home all day, I think my parents would be angry with me at first, because I had stopped going to school. They might think I was being lazy and trying to avoid responsibility. However, after some time, I think they'd stop to feel worried and perhaps even a bit desperate. They'd probably want to do something to help me, but may not know what to do exactly. If I were a hidden youth, I don't think I'd want to talk to them, which is that it'd be difficult for them to find out how I felt or how to help me. I think my parents might also feel ashamed and may not want to let others know that I had this problem. I think they might also feel guilty and put the blame on themselves. In the end, I think they might feel helpless and give up on me because they couldn't find a way to help me. Notice the whole answer is in conditional tense. Now, do the exercise to test yourself by exercise and suggested answers. Complete the following by using your mobile phone to record your own answer. Set the timer to 1 minute. Question 9. What do you think the government should do to help hidden youths? Question 10. What would you do if you found that your friend was withdrawing from society?